Alright, so I am doing the third verse. Oh no, I'll do the second and third verse of Black by Dave. So this was off Psychodrama, one of my favourite albums. It came out in 2019, in last year. It came out last year. If anyone, there's probably a few tracks on this album that I really love, and if you saw my playlist and saw my listens, you would know that there's one in particular which is called Location, which features Burna Boy.
Yep.
And I love, but this one is an insanely touching song, and it's and Dave performed this at the Brit Awards. He was on the piano. I don't know if he played the piano. He had someone playing the piano. There was two pianos back to back or front to front. I don't really know what that is. And someone was playing on one side, but I also think he was playing for some portions of it, and rapping. But I want to read the final line, so I'm going to do a lyric breakdown in this segment. So I do want to just read the final lines of verse 1, then I will go into verse 2 and 3. So there is no chorus in this. There's no hook. It is just rap, and it's almost spoken word to a point. So Dave is obviously a black rapper from the UK, and so he says, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. A kid dies, the blacker the killer, the sweeter the news. And if he's white, you give him a chance, he's ill and confused. If he's black, he's probably armed, you see him and shoot. So that's the end of verse 1. So
that's pretty hard.
Obviously, if you listen, if you listen to the first verse, you'll know that this song is obviously about the struggles of being black, but also the positives of being black as well. So look, black is growing up around the barber shop. Mama saying, stay away from trouble, you're in the yard a lot. Studying for ages, appreciating the chance you got. Cause black is in your blood, and you ain't even got the heart to stop. Black is stepping in for your mother because your father's gone, and standing by your children when you haven't proven karma wrong. Black is doing all of the above, then going corner shopping, trying to help a lady cross the road to have her walking off. Black is growing up around your family and making it, then being forced to leave the place you love because there's hate in it. People say you faked the shit, never stayed to change the shit, but black is being jealous. You'd be dead if you had stayed in it. Black is struggling to find your history or trace the shit. You don't know the truth about your race because they are erasing it. Black has a sour fucking flavour, here's a taste of it. But black is all I know, there ain't a thing that I would change in it.
That's beautiful.
Is very, very poignant points. This came out last year, and now obviously what's come out in recent times, it's just even more so. And Dave has a very good way of putting forward his ideas and obviously rhyming it. But the best line in that verse for me is black is struggling to find your race or trace the shit. You don't know the truth about your race because they are erasing it. Very, very smart writing there. Yeah. And then the final verse is what I think is there's one line in here, or there's like a bunch of lines, there's 3 or 4 lines in here that just ice this off and really show the pain that Dave is going through. So look, black ain't just a single color, man, there's shades to it. Her hair's straight and thick, but mine's got waves in it. Black is not divisive, they've been lying and I hate this shit. Black has never been a competition, we don't make this shit. Black is deadly. Black is when you're freezing in your home and you can't get sleep, but you're feeling empty. Because you got 20 cousins in your country living stress-free, walking for their water, daughter wrapped inside a bedsheet. Black is distant. Black is distant. It's representing countries that never even existed while your grandmother was living. Black is my Ghanaian brother reading into scriptures, doing research on his lineage, finding out he's Egyptian. Black is people naming your countries on what they trade most. Coast of Ivory, Gold Coast and the Grain Coast. But most importantly, to show how deep all this pain goes, West Africa, Benin, they call the slave coast. Black is so confusing because the culture, they're in love with it. They take our features what they want and have their fun with it. Never seem to help with all the things we know would come with it. Loud in our laughter, silent in our suffering. Black is being strong inside and facing defeat. Poverty made me a beast. I battled the law in the streets. We all struggled, but your struggle ain't a struggle like me. Well, how could it be when your people gave us the odds that we beat? I mean, fucking hell. What about all my brothers that are stuck in jail? They can't bust a bell, they couldn't hold a bird and gotta live with it. Black is being guilty until proven that you're innocent. Black is saying, free my people and stuck inside the prison cells. They think it's funny, we ain't got nothing to say to them. Unconditional love is strange to them, it's amazing them. Black is the sweetest fucking flavour, here's a taste of it. But black is all I know, there ain't a thing that I would change in it. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, the line about the coast is just the most insane thing. Black is people naming your country on what they trade most. Coast of Ivory, Gold Coast, and the Grain Coast. But most importantly, to show how all this pain goes, West Africa, Benin, they call the Slave Coast.
Yeah.
Like, they literally call it the Slave Coast.
Yeah, that's
because there's slaves from there.
Yeah.
That's where they got the slaves from. Which is just insane. And I also love the line, they take our features when they want and have their fun with it. Obviously talking about the...
like cultural appropriation.
Yeah, and also just like the body features, the bigger lips, the bigger backside.
Yeah, dreads.
And whatnot. Yeah, so very, very great song. And I even got goosebumps from myself reading it. So when you hear the pain and the suffering and the emotion behind Dave's voice, you'll love it. I highly recommend this song. It's insane. But yeah, that is my track breakdown for this week. It was Black by Dave.
No, that was beautiful. We'll be sure to tune in later today for a bit more of a silly segment. Tyler's going to say what he thinks a particular artist spends their money on.
Yep.
Be sure to check that out. We'll see you then. It's a wrap.